Hello, 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 guys and gals and non-binary pals. Welcome to another Minecraft video. Minecraft server gameplay, whatever. Sorry for the delay in starting. I went to start and realized that I hadn't even set up the waiting room or anything, so as soon as I realized that, I went, oh, well, that's gonna take longer than I had 5 minutes before I was going to start to look at it and went, oh, I don't have a waiting room. I can't start when I want to. So it took a bit longer, and then by the time I had gotten everything to load to the point that I could actually do stuff, by the time I had gotten to the point that I could actually get the game to work and everything after that point, it had already progressed to past 1 o'clock. I got him to poke himself with the arrow. Okay, that was not what I was expecting when I walk outside. Yeah, so today's objective is to figure out what I'm doing with the walls between the castles. I started a little bit of this last night. I put down this dirt here, going down that way, kind of covering up the actual stone brick for the underground tunnels, but I don't know how this is gonna work, because the wall itself, if I just do a bunch of stairs going up the sides of it, it just kind of doesn't work for the battlements on the side. But if I make it go 2 blocks wide and then down 1, 2 blocks wide and then down 1, I think it just gets to be too long that it doesn't even function as a wall at that point. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. I'm gonna remove all the wood, all the wool, and I'll have to get rid of probably a lot of these posts going down and my pumpkins. But this wall crenellation thing here going down a mountain isn't going to let the actual walls do anything. It's that's the only part that I'm trying to figure out for going down this way. I'm gonna get this ominous bottle out of my inventory while I'm still thinking. That's the main thing that I'm trying to think through right now. But the other things to note, I did do a little bit more of the Lavacasting over at the Quartz castle. I also tried to level it out a little bit more. I've kind of just been stopping doing that. And then I AFK'd over at the prismarine farm so that I could get more of the prismarine bricks and the dark prismarine, just to be able to have enough building blocks for all of that. But yeah, so this is currently what we're at. This bit of dirt needs to go away, because this wall still needs crenellations going around the outside of it, which means that that's part of the area to get rid of. I'm not going to focus on tearing all that down. But I will try to get rid of all these grass bits now. But yeah, so a lot of what I'm trying to figure out right now is how the heck I'm doing this. There we go, that makes it so that actually... It's already becoming night. Dang. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing over here. I'm definitely gonna have to pick up all of the wool that's there, which won't be difficult. I have shears and whatnot for it, so I'm not worried about that. But I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing with the wall, simply because it's just not gonna function as a wall if I don't do something about it. Picking up the dirt helps a little bit just because it's more building blocks to try to figure stuff out. I think just for diversity of colors, don't I have smooth stone slabs? Yes, I do. Okay. So what I currently have down the mountain over here is I'm going to be quickly building. I'm questioning what the heck my sentence was trying to be. Okay, so over here, I've got this little stairwell going up right now because I needed movement between the spots. That's not where it's going to be. Slabs go here, and then we skip that because that's where the light source is. I can still jump up there. Okay, so for right now we'll do that. That's where the light source is. Okay, so this is going to be the slabs. And then the issue I run into is when I go out here, this is the wall for the castle. Going up to the next castle. So when I build this way, this is the height of the current structure. So it ends up going all the way this way. And then when I get here, that creeper might be an issue, so let's just remove it now before it can aggro on me in some capacity. No other monsters appearing. No other monsters appearing near me. There's a skeleton over there inside the cave, but that's fine. It's actually probably easiest to keep this down here. I can't reach that. And we'll do that. You scared me. It's not a thunderstorm, so I can't sleep the night away. But this will be 4 tall now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what? Oh, this bottom part is 1 block taller. Okay. Let's go with that. So in this being 4 blocks tall, now I can't reach the floor because you can only build 3 blocks at a time. So it would end up looking like this. But then when I get to actually building stuff on the inside part, pick this back up because I'll probably need it again. It would end up being every time I need to get here, that would be how the inside looks. Which for the inside part is fine. I'm already seeing a problem. Maybe instead of stairs, I would have to go with slabs going up the whole place. Because essentially this is going to be like this. Going up. And then there's this awkward gap. This is why I'm thinking things through out loud. So if I go with slabs, I could go here, and then this would still be the row that it needs to be on. And we've got that. And this is still the row that it needs to be on. And then I go up. Oh no, because now I need to be up here. Because the battlements themselves, the actual wall on the outside goes up 1 more. Which would mean that you can't see when you go down this side. This is why I'm thinking out loud. So then this would be here, and then you've got your half slab there, but then you run into the same issue here. So yeah, I need to make all of this too wide, and then this outside part would be this is the battlements. Whoops. But I don't want stairs on the battlements. Because the outside wall is going to still have this effect going up, but it's not going to be connected that way. And no matter how I do it, it's not going to end up connected. even if I have it just be 2 and then up, and then 2 and then up, and then 2 and then up. Because that's just not how the stairs function. I need to remove that stair. Okay, so this whole area needs to get fixed. What if I do that, then this whole wall might not actually be wide enough, because each of those going all the way up is going to be 2 out, down, 2 out, down. So going all the way up, so this is already flat up here. So it's flat, it drops by 2, kind of. Obviously up here would be blackstone instead, but this is the wall level. How am I trying to think of this? It's nighttime, I need to go to bed. Don't want creepers and things spawning on top of me and blowing up stuff. This is why I have multiple beds in this area. Okay, so in order to use the slabs the way I need to, I'm gonna go get rid of the monster that's over here. Oh, it's on the inside part. I don't want to deal with that then. Okay. So essentially the wall is going to be like this. And then I can only have it go down 1 every 2 spots. So it would have to be like this, and then it would go down, and then it'd be 2 going all the way down, because that will let me go with, here's the step, here's the actual platform, this is where the battlements would be, this is the step up, this is where the battlements will be, going all the way down. So it'd be an alternating pattern for stairs. But I also don't want to get rid of this nice design that someone else made for the stairway. Okay, so if I just bring an axe through all of this, let's just do this mathematically, I guess. So this is the platform that I'm at. It is y equals 118. else on the server? Yeah, okay. So y equals 118. And then running all the way down here. The actual floor of this is y equals 66. Which means I have $52. 11 minus 6 would be 50. 11 minus 6 is 5. 8 minus 6 is 2. 52. Yeah, okay. So I have to go up 52 times. Which means that I have to take a distance of 104. So this is the end. This is the z-axis we're going on. So z equals 749. We need to go a distance of 104, which means that the distance I need to go to is this is positive, so it's actually plus. Distance is 853. Where is 853? Am I even that far apart? Well, that's an issue. Because if each step takes 2, I need to get to here, which is inside the castle. Which means it's not physically possible if I start all the way down there. To go up by 2 to be level with this. Well, this is why I did math, to know whether I could even do this or not. Okay, so how do I... So it just doesn't work mathematically. It just doesn't work mathematically. So therefore I need to do a weird stair-step design to go up this, even though it's not going to look great. Especially with this section being flat. Okay. So this is just not gonna function. It works okay down here, and I'm fine with that. For now anyways. I'm fine with that. But once I get to here, it needs to be actual stairs, or else I'll never make it up there in time. Before I need to run into the actual Blackstone part of the castle. And then I'll still need to connect the inner walls of the actual castle down here as well. Along with putting ladders so that I don't have to have this weird stair step going. Just for my safety and sanity, we're gonna put that there. Okay, so I still like how this looks as part of the actual, like, wall. But then when I get to here, it has to be stairs. I don't have a choice on that matter. I can't reach that. Okay, so this will be the last actual spot, and then it'll just become stairs going up. Okay, so this is going to be how it looks going up this hill. It's already nighttime again, jeez. I'm probably thinking too much, and that's why it's taking so long. Now, it was the sound effect of me taking damage, but I didn't take damage. Okay. Let me just actually take this one. There we go. Now I shouldn't need to walk back and forth multiple times. I also don't need my shovel anymore. Okay. So this whole thing is going to be weird and not complex, but complicated. I'll phrase it that way. It's not a complex thing. It's very much a complicated thing. I do need the shovel. I'm going to make this flat. I need the stairs. Okay. And this whole thing is needing to be stair steps. So actually, instead of deleting that, I should have put more down. This is the outer width. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this will be gone. Okay, that's the midpoint of where it will change between black stone and regular stone. So then this outer wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, one too far. Okay, so that's 4 tall all the way down. One, two, three, and then that's 4. So yeah. Okay. I barely made that jump. So now this whole thing gets stairs. Okay. Of course I place it wrong. This whole part of the structure gets stairs. And then this next one will also get stairs, but it'll become black stone instead. Okay, but down here, having it like this is fine. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, because the outside part is gonna have stairs going off of it like this. And then it'll also have stairs on top of it like this, with the walls sitting on top. I just need to figure out how the heck I'm doing this part of the wall. Because this just feels weird. Like, I could put this like that. And then the actual wall part. This part would just have to go up like that, and then I'd have the so you can still fire over this. Maybe. Can you not? Maybe you can't. How'd I do the wall up there? It's the corners that you can fire off of because they're jagged and therefore not connected. Well, that defeats the whole point of why my battlements were like that. I guess you could probably shoot up Yeah, you can shoot up, but you can't shoot straight. You gotta be very precise. Wow. One good thing about my arrows being on fire, I can find them pretty easily. Was the only one that went very far? Okay. But yeah, this is gonna be the wall going up this way. You can't really tell that it protrudes out until you get closer. Like this just kind of looks, I guess, weird. Like it all looks like it's all one piece until you get closer, and then you can see, oh, these are actually stairs. Unless you have a texture pack of some kind that would change that, I guess. But I don't know who is using a texture pack on the server, if they even are. Can I now do this? That would make all of this outside bit curve in like that, which does add to this effect that I'm looking for. I forgot that my wall was not wide over there. Whoops. But yeah, if I don't put this wall there, you can accidentally walk up onto the other wall. I mean, even now I can just walk around to the other side of the wall pretty easily. I don't really want the stairs on the battlement side, but it does make that one connect inwards a little bit easier. So maybe it's what I need. Might not be what I want, but it's what I need. It's going down. It's weird that it said it wasn't night, but okay. It's just this battlement part that's messing with me. I kind of like the idea of being able to just walk up the battlements themselves easily, but I also don't, because this whole side is going to just end up being this. That's going to end up being a pain, I can already tell. Trying to aim where I'm needing to make sure these actually go the correct direction. It's kind of awkward. There we go. So that's the battlements on the outside bit. And then I need a little bit more, because each of these is going to be this going up. figure out why that wasn't working. Whoops. Figured out why that one wasn't working very easily. Getting too excited and placing all of these very quickly. Not actually helpful. Okay, so this lets me go up this way, with this being the battlements all the way across. That faced the correct way. Alright. Just gonna grab that so I can walk this way. Alright. Now this lets me go back up here. And all of this is the battlements on the side. I don't know if I want the stone bricks to be stone brick walls necessarily, but for right now, it's what I've got. So this is what it will be right now. But it does have the issue of it's very easy to get up here. So if I do this, I know that keeps it from being an issue, but it also makes it a little bit harder to fire arrows over. Not that anyone is actually going to like siege this. Like there's no one on the server who's going to actively like try and fight this area or attack me in general or whatever. But when you're building a castle, you gotta build it in such a way that it defends against all manner of threats. But now you can't accidentally just walk up onto the wall. Yeah, and then this will be level all the way across, right? No, it'll need to go up one more on that side, but that's fine. And then this just goes across all of those as well. Yeah, so that's fine. All of this is okay. All of those look fine. Now the only way to get up there is to purposefully try and jump onto it. That's the only way you can end up on the actual edge of the battlements, is to do it purposefully. But I think this is good. For what I'm looking for is like a wall to connect all these. Because over here, this wall is going to end up being the exact same as the other ones on all the other places. I don't like the seeds. I don't need to tear down this far, but I'm going to anyways. Because eventually I'll have to flatten this part anyways, so I may as well just do it now. While I'm trying to think. I'll leave that spot for the tree. Okay. So then this section is 1, 2. And this is 1, 2. There we go. And this over here. This is the outer wall, so this is the spot I need to build at. Whoops. Okay. And this wall is too wide, so therefore this is the section I need to go forward on. Okay. Alright, so this is the area that we're going with. Right now I'll just do that. This is the wall. So this being the wall that goes up that way. I would normally need to put this here. So that I can do stone bricks on the outside, but I need to sleep for a second. Okay. Because normally this outside bit would get stairs all around it. So this would be going this way. And then I'd have to go that way. But now I also have to go this way to go along this wall. Which maybe just makes it better to forgo this little nook entirely. But then I'd have to change the designs of all of the castles that I've already finished and or done the most parts of. So this little weird nook right here is going to stay because I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay. Glad I thought that through already. I'm gonna have to do all of this wall on this side as well, but I will do that in the future. But yeah, so this is how it's going to look. And then inside the wall, I'll have to put the iron doors. here. And then I'll probably put stairs down here. I'll have to remove this layer of grass to put stairs, because I'm already hitting my head on everything, and if I try to put stairs on top of that, I'm going to run out of space. Or because this already leads directly into the underground passage, maybe I just cut straight into it, go directly into that, and then just make a system of, this is just what it looks like on the outside, but in actuality you can just walk right in and then walk up the stairs that already exist to get up to here. And then everything above ground is just decoration. That's the issue with having an underground passage to everyone's house. So now that it's here, it does become a possibility. And I did build this little area over the exposed stone brick that they used initially. It doesn't seem too bad of an idea to actually just cut right in and then go up that way. I'm not going to have to think through that for all the other ones. I already know that. But this is might just be the easiest thing I can do. Okay, and then I can start also looking at doing the same thing. Maybe not. I realize how little of this part of the castle is actually built. I did start to raise the dirt over here up, and it looks like, oh yeah, because it was raining over there, it snowed over here, and I left these chunks available to be seen. So yeah, I guess it would snow. That's grass. Where is... Is this over here? This is in alignment. I'm not gonna go down, so I'll have to make... That's a lot of dirt I would need to fill this in. But I can use lava. Lava is always an option. I can just keep lava casting everything. Okay. So this is the road to connect these two structures. And it looks like I only need to go up by 1 or 2. This is up by 1 block already. And this makes 2 and 3 blocks up. So that's relatively simple, and I can just use the slabs idea for stairs going up, rather than needing to use the actual stairs. Okay, so this one's going to be a lot simpler to connect to. Alrighty. And then there is this cave over here. I'm not going to need to worry about it too much. I need to tear down all of this, which is why I have the beacon over here. still need to tear down most of this. Okay. I think the best idea right now I fell off of it. I should have pressed shift. The best idea right now is to try and finish that up externally. 2, 3. So this is 4. That's 4. And that's where it turns. Okay. Let's just do this right now while I'm thinking about it. Is this going back up? Okay. Okay, while I'm looking at it, I may as well fix it now, because I've got all the materials in my inventory. Okay. There we go. This is fully above ground now. And then I've just got to raise this one up. This is where that's at? Okay. And that's stone, which means that's stone, and this is stone. Okay. Fixing this now so I don't forget later. This also helps me see where the stone is at. Oh, I accidentally covered that at some point apparently. Okay. There we go, and it's becoming night. Again. Hopefully I can get over there fast enough that monsters don't start spawning. I'm too far away. Oh no. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so that fixes that problem over there. Okay. Actually, sprinting makes me have to use my hunger. I have to use the food I have for hunger. I don't normally sprint anywhere. Just because I think it's inefficient on food. Like, it's efficient in, like, speed of travel, but it's not efficient in when I'm running low on food, why should I keep sprinting? Or when I don't have a valid food source, why do people keep sprinting? Just doesn't make sense to me. I forgot that I can do that. You can vein mine the snow, which is what I just accidentally did. Yep, now I've got a bunch of snowballs. There, now I have snow blocks instead. Okay. This is perfectly fine. This is a very valid reason to get distracted, because it's something else that's still productive for what I'm attempting to do. Okay. All I need to do is raise this bit up, and then I'm good on that section. Although I don't need to raise that because that part's just gonna get deleted later. Same for this one. So maybe I don't need to worry about it. Bam. Okay. That's pretty much everything for this part of the wall right now. Still need to put up the blackstone part of the wall, but I think that's fine for right now. Well, I did not sprint for that jump. There we go. This just makes it easier to go up. Walking up the stairs is a whole lot faster than jumping every single step. Okay, so now I have to grab the blackstone materials, which I might not even have, because I didn't prepare that. I thought it would take a bit longer to build the... Okay, I've only built half of it, so technically I've only spent half the amount of time building it that I should. But, whatever. I need regular blackstone bricks. And cracked ones. Most of the actual wall is cracked ones. I need a bunch of stairs. I'll need walls. I'll need walls. I may as well take regular blackstone and see if I can convert it. I don't need this wall in my inventory. I left the stone cutter out there, that's fine. I should just craft another stone cutter. It is getting closer to being nighttime. I did not walk down the middle like I thought I was. Okay. This is the detriment of building with two different materials. The bottom line is regular blackstone. One, two, three. And then the upper parts are all cracked blackstone. I could do that. I could just make this be diagonal the whole way and then just have the top part be a lot more straight. That feels a little weird though. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so the regular bricks, because the cracked bricks don't do anything. Regular ones get turned into stairs. Regular blackstone gets turned into stairs. Let's actually go with half of them being slabs. And then the polished blackstone needs to be cracked, so I just need to cook them in a furnace. Okay. So I just need to cook them in a furnace to crack them. That is the one downside of having multiple kinds of building blocks. So this is going to be the stair. It goes up. And then I need the stairs on the outside. Ow. For right now, we just go here and here. Okay, and then we do this, and then we do this to connect all this up. And then I just grab the brick walls, and we go like that. This is the last stair, and then it becomes slabs for a bit, which I actually intended to change all the slabs to be quartz slabs, but for right now, this one's fine. I need to make sure that you can actually keep walking up this. Looks like you can. It is becoming nighttime, so I should go to the nearest bed, which is over here. This has already taken like 4 or 5 Minecraft days. Maybe even more at this point. while I am over here, let's take this. There's a stack of them, that'll crack them. And I might have more. I have 5 regular bricks. Let's take these 2 stacks. And we will just stick 2 stacks in there. And that'll keep this cracking them. And I'll get cracked ones down there. Okay. Because that's the limiter that I have. Like, the inside wall is all regular brick, but the outer walls are all cracked. Intentionally for design, but now painfully because of material costs. There, I can actually make that jump. Okay, this is the last one that will be flat. It's all cracked, and then we need that one. I just need underneath it. Okay. And then I'll have to figure out what I'm doing with this, because I can leave the spruce. I can't leave the lanterns where they are. Not without causing some issue. Down here is all of the torches going down. But up here it becomes lanterns. And then internally it becomes soul lanterns. If I just take the lanterns and move them down here and have it alternate with this, this is someone else's design, and that's the only issue I'm trying to think through right now. I don't think I need their permission to take this down. I might still ask for it, but I don't think I need their permission, considering this is like the area I'm building in. And they just built this so that everyone could have easy access. Because I could just leave all of the actual wood, and that's fine. But unless I make this roof higher, like you're gonna see it over here with how this is. This is hit your head on every single stair. As you try to walk forward, you can't jump because you hit your head. make this complicated for myself. This is fine, but... So this part you don't bump your head on. And right here, you can if you're jumping, you bump your head on it. So this one needs to become stairs, I guess. Because otherwise when you get to here... I could push all of this in by one. But then I still run into the problem of the lanterns are external to the wall. I hate this. I hate thinking through this. I'm not trying to sprint. I hate thinking through this because I don't want to have to think about it. That was already almost a full stack. Dang. Okay. Well, I can at least do this. One, two, three. Oh, that's what I could do. I could make this the bottom and then just put the torch down one. The only reason it's invisible is because of this. But I can make the whole mountain go up. So I can get rid of these fences, lower the actual light sources down by one, and then just put dirt next to them so that the light is only internal in here. Yeah, that might work for what I'm trying to think of. It might work. Yeah. I don't need the slabs anymore for now. Wasn't expecting that I needed to go down one there. Okay, and then this gets to be here. And we've got that, and we've got that. And then this side goes in. And there we go. of this goes like that. And then we've got this and that. And there we go. And then I'll just have to put the actual lanterns and soul lanterns above. But I'll keep the main aesthetic of the actual, like, underground stairway there. I'm just going to make it more underground, I guess. And that's something I need to think about. Do I have any more iron doors? Would I have put those in an iron chest? Or would I have put them in my redstone chest? I'll put chains in the iron chest. Redstone chest does have iron doors. You can tell where I went earlier based off the number of iron doors there. Definitely don't want pressure plates. Can I make a button out of stone bricks, or is it only stone? I don't know why I went to a crafting table when I could have done it just right in here if it even was a crafting recipe. Because the lever would also not be a good idea. Maybe it would be, because then you can unlock it in a hurry. You don't have to worry about a stone button being misplaced. But then the hallway itself becomes cluttered. I mean, I can grab stone, or I can just... mine a little bit and get stone that way. I already have tons of stone. Why? I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I can just make stone buttons this way. But I could also make levers. Do I need that many stone buttons? Probably not. But I made a bunch anyways. Okay, so the idea would be this is where the gate is to actually like have an entry point, and I'll build a path outwards going down or whatever. Let's build the path here with the doors. That way you're not accidentally capable of walking immediately to the right and going, oh, I fell. Okay. All of this is just going to be like that. That way it looks nicer. And then the stone buttons go here and here, so you can clearly see where they are. I'm gonna have to fix this side. There we go, and now you're inside of the actual area. Inside the castle wall. I do need to make a way out. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I made it. Okay. And then the one last thing I'm gonna do is get more of these banners. And I know that I put the banners in my banner chest, I guess. Yeah, I put the banners in the banner chest. Let's just keep grabbing the cracked brick. Okay, so I'm gonna put the banners over where the oh, I put them all the way up there. Maybe I need to drop them down. I'll drop them down over here, I guess. Oh no. I should be consistent. But consistency would put them right there and right there. But if I put them there, they cover up the buttons. Which then means that, quote unquote, if you're an invader, you're not going to know that there's buttons there. Not without actually looking for it. So yeah, an enemy, with air quotes, won't know where the buttons are. Although, honestly, this looks very suspicious. So I'd probably need to put more out, just all the way down. Is there light blue? I'm gonna need a lot more light blue wool, but that's fine. I have a wool farm for that. But yeah. And then I might just drop these down. This is still just going to be a pressure plate. Once you're in the walls, you can just use the pressure plates to go to the next section. That's fine. But once you're down here, you physically can't make that jump. And it's this tall for horses. If I knew how to do redstone, I could probably make it so that this block will jump out when you hit a tripwire or something. And then you could jump across. But I don't know redstone that well, so this pathway might only be a one-way. You have to walk up to get to there, because everything else will cause you to fall, like I'm doing now, but I'm doing it intentionally. In order to get down here, you'll have to fall. But then this becomes doors. And then this will be a pressure plate on both sides. Yeah, so this will be a pressure plate instead. course, I did not bring regular stone. I just have all the stone bricks that I have. Anyways, for now I can just break down the door. It's fine. They're my own doors. Oh, there we go. Actually, let me get back up first. Let me get back up and actually stay up there, then I'll pick up the water. But yeah. Okay. I think that looks fine. The sun is setting. So I will wait a moment. I tried to jump on top of the bed, but the bed counts as a block taller. Okay. So now from the outside, when you're walking up, so let's say you come from spawn, which is over there, and you're just walking up, you see this. You see, oh, there's the entrance. Get rid of the tall grass. You walk up, there's the entrance there for the wall. That will be more of the wall, but now you can walk up. I don't really even have inventory space for random seeds anyways. But yeah, so you now can walk up, see the wall. I'm gonna need to cover this whole area. Were there two of them or just the one? I intentionally antagonized it. This is the one instance of setting something on fire is not actually that good. He probably died to fire damage. I just heard it die actually, but I don't know where. Oh no, it didn't die. Cool. I happen to see it over there. There is a second one. Alright, so this part here, I'm just gonna kind of cover up with dirt anyways. Oh, there's diorite over there. I need the diorite for the other, for the quartz castle. I had no intent to go in here. I don't know why I'm trying to go in here. But yeah, so this area I'm just gonna kind of cover up. It can remain a cave with a bunch of monsters, that's fine. Maybe I should light it up, but if I just cover this whole thing up and just make it a giant mound where there's monsters, if I just pull it across, make that go down, and then just kind of leave the stair step there, this will kind of look a bit more like a mountain for this section, and it'll look like the wall goes up the mountain. essentially, well, I'm gonna have to remove a lot of this area as well, because otherwise there's just a drop and then castle. So like right now this looks small because of this is the bottom that it's supposed to be at. So I guess maybe even this little valley over here I'm gonna have to remove and move up to the mountain. So it's not a, you walk up and go, oh, I'm taller than the castle. You can be kind of the same height for at least a little bit of this. Most of this mountain, if not all of it, is going to end up getting destroyed. Excavated, whatever. Because I need at least part of this so that I can actually build the spire correctly and make it level with the ground over here. Oh boy. Because yeah, as it stands, this is not gonna work as part of the castle. Well, did not mean to do that. Let me make sure that wherever the water pushed those, I actually pick them up. Okay, it doesn't look like the water might have pushed them that way. They were over there. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I get to do later. But for right now, this is relatively done. I'm gonna pick up the stone cutter now. Yeah, I don't need any of those at this moment. Pick up the stone cutter. This is the problem of intentionally filling up my inventory, is now I don't know what I need and what I don't need in my inventory. Let's do this. Throw that up there, grab this. There we go. I can pretend that that was worthwhile. I'm gonna go empty my inventory a bit now. I don't have regular stone brick up here. Okay. Let's just throw all of this in there. May as well make it cracked. So if I need regular stone, if I need regular black stone bricks, I can very quickly and easily make that. And then stone bricks are all in here in all of their variations. Okay. And that's all, everything else. Cool. And then I can throw the black stone in here for now. There we go. Stone buttons go over to redstone. Iron doors are redstone. Stone slabs can go back over here. And I'll put the bricks there. the slabs, and snow is just a random block. I have a snow chest, don't I? There's one that has ice in it. I just have to remember which one it is. It's this one. I knew I had a snow chest somewhere. And then the dirt I'll keep on me because I very frequently find that I need dirt somewhere. Don't need those banners right now. I need a lot more light blue for making more banners, but that's fine. Okay. It is becoming night. It's becoming night, but it is apparently not yet night. Oh, now there's monsters. Still monsters. Great. I took my hand off the control so that I could drink. Which means that it became a little complicated to try to do that. Okay. What's the next thing I can do right now? Let's think. Wait, 5. I thought I had 8 buckets total. Maybe I used them somewhere. I don't know. Always making sure that there's not a creeper as soon as I walk outside. Okay. So the next thing I could probably do on a productivity scale, the most productive thing I could do is start working on getting that wall to be worked out. But I've also got this castle still needs to get fixed up. It is not fully level. You can see that here still. Prismarine Castle is actually level, but it's got a bunch of water and I need to figure out what I'm doing with that. Nether brick, I need to fix the inside part and actually make the wall around it. Deep slate, I need to mine most of the mountain out. Same thing for Quartz Castle. I could do something I haven't done in a while. Yeah. I have a lot of ores here, actually. How much? That's almost a full thing of quartz ore. Okay. Couldn't remember where that was at. And then these are quartz bricks. I have the materials to start building the quartz castle. At least a majority of it. I have a majority of the materials, I should say. break these down just because they're really tall and it kind of bugs me that they're not the same height. But this is my ladder for now. Because I thought it'd be fun to use that as the ladder system over here for now. This one is still set up wrong. I didn't notice that until just now. And this is where the other there we go. I knew that this was messed up and I needed to fix it at one point, but I didn't realize that I hadn't actually like fixed this part. That was not why I walked over here. And this is missing an entire brick. The thing I was thinking about is starting a raid. I haven't done that in forever, and I don't do that at the village that I live in. I'm just doing 6 so that I can jump up this way. Walk over here, place the one I need, and then jump down. Okay. Yeah, that's something I haven't done. I don't feel like walking back there. That was the Prismarine farm. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. Let's do this because I haven't in a while. Bad Omen 4 means that there's 5 waves of 6 waves, something like that, of enemies. I think it's 6 waves. I need health potions just to be safe. I'll take that's just regular strength. Don't I have something stronger? Fire resistance, night vision. Health is not golden carrots. It's golden melon or whatever it's called. Glistering melon? Glistering melon. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's grab fire resistance in case of a problem. Let's grab these health potions. Let's grab strength, why not? I need blaze powder to cook with. I need nether wart. I don't want invisibility. And then I need glowstone dust, redstone dust, gunpowder. glowstone is over here. I might have more dust. I do not. This is all for the fun. 2 should make 8. Yep. I don't actually know if fortune did anything there, but I think it did. I could also fight a wither if I had another skull, but I don't. Strength. I don't think I need strength 2. Let's just do that. Make all of those into splash potions. Don't I have more health potions? I could have sworn I put some up here. I guess I didn't. I need bottles. Which I'm actively surprised. Oh, no. They're down here. Getting more health potions just to be safe. Yes, I have a cauldron there, but it doesn't look okay. The water didn't go that way. It doesn't give me a lot of choices. These are all splash potions now. I guess I didn't need blaze powder considering I already had it. Do I have watermelon in here? I have glistering melons. Cool. I know how to make potions without having to think about it. I don't need redstone because I'm not making them last longer. I'm realizing that. That's probably what I meant to do with the strength, to make it last longer, but oops. That upgrades it to splash potion of instant health 2. Well, no, it makes it just a regular potion of instant health 2, and then this makes it a splash potion. I'm wearing full netherite, so I should be relatively fine, but sometimes if an evoker or 2 appear at the same time, they might cause problems. That's why I'm trying to be extra prepared by having health potions. Or vexes. Vexes are also a pain. Vexes are also a pain to deal with. Okay. I need more gunpowder. I believe it's the bottom chest of this site. No, it's the middle. I don't open a lot of these chests all the time, but I'm still happy whenever I can remember where something is from forever ago when I put it there. Okay, so going into battle, I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need that, I don't need that. So I can put the glowstone and redstone dust in that chest. I was gonna say, why do I have 8 left? I only made regular instant health instead of instant health 2. Well, I I can't change that now that it's a splash potion. Whoops. Anyways, I need to make sure not to drink this while I'm in this building. Because I do have a village right next to me and I don't want to accidentally trigger a raid there. I'm gonna go grab the bed that's over here. Alrighty. Now that I have the bed here, we go over to here, where there's another village nearby. So we'll go to the Quartz Castle. I want to make sure that I'm absolutely not in the confines of my own village. I'm going over to that village. Because that's a lot closer and easier. It's also got an iron golem. And if I remember correctly, I still have most of it blocked off from when I did prior raids over here. Okay. This is the entertainment for this evening. A raid upon a village that is unsuspecting. This is a level 4 raid as well. Raid Omen 4. I should have brought some iron for this guy. Yeah, they're trying to go ring the doorbell, but I've already blocked them in. I don't know if there are any over here, but we'll block that in just to be safe. Okay, they're all spawning in over there. They all come in one at a time. That totally went through his head. Trying to get that one to go after me. You can't swim. Haha. Oh, and you give me your axe. Cool. Okay. Where'd you spawn in this time? Probably up and over this hill. Oh, is this a barn? I've never paid attention to that. Oh, they're under attack. The iron golem took care of some of them. You've got an enchanted axe. So do you. No, he died. Sharpness 1. Interesting. You're not over there. You're over there. There's a witch now. Trying to wait for them to decide which direction they're going to go so I don't just fire arrows randomly. Because I do have a limited number of arrows because I have a mending bow instead of an infinity bow. So I do have to think about the arrows I am missing shots with. The Ravager's coming towards me. Okay. Free saddle. Be careful of the witch so that she doesn't poison you. I missed. Get that. Where'd the arrow go? Not somewhere over here that I can find. Where are they approaching from? Oh, still over there. They just really like that spawning area. No evokers yet. Missed with the arrow. Gotta be careful of the witches. Oh, hi witch. I like that its first instinct is to grab a fire resistance potion. Slowness is fine. I'll take that over poison. I'd rather be slowed than poisoned. Mending heals all my armor. Alright, where's the next group? It's about to be nighttime. Next group should have an evoker. Yep, I see the evoker. I have an arrow in my arm, apparently. I thought I'd be hitting the Ravager. I am out of arrows. Oh crap. I'm out of arrows, and there's an evoker. Oh no. Evoker, stop it. No, Vindicators don't do anything to shields. I mean, they ignore shields is what I'm trying to say there, but need more health. I don't need that there, I need that. Let's go strength. Oh, well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting. I didn't think I damaged him that much. I don't like Vexes. But when I can hit them, I can hit them. And they die. Haha. Okay. Where'd the next one come from? They're up there. I really need arrows. Oh, grass is in the way. Oh, Vindicator. Ravager. Oh, use sword and shield. This is why I made health potions. Because when you get swarmed like that, it's not fun. My inventory is a mess, but I need to fight the evoker before I run out of strength. No. Oh, you two-shot him with strength. Well, and the rest of my equipment. Hero of the village, cool. The Vexes still exist. I'd rather be safe than sorry. There's a third one. Well, cool. Hero of the Village 4. And 2 totems of undying. And a lot of crap in my inventory. Alright, none of you have a job. You're a nitwit, so you don't even have a job anyways. That's literally the job description of them. I'm not just being mean to be mean, that's the literal job description. None of those are farmers or anything. Okay. Cool. Well, that worked, and that was fun. Now I need more arrows. I need more arrows, but I have more totems of undying, so that's nice. And I did not accidentally catch myself on fire by lighting one of them on fire and then having them attack me, so that's great. That's the other problem of fire aspect that I have to be aware of. Accidentally lighting myself on fire is not exactly the most fun thing I could do. But it is always a possibility, and therefore I have to be careful. Okay. Oh yeah. I need to get a book, which I believe I have inside of my ender chest, which is on me. I don't have to walk up there. I have a book. Well, it's a little problematic. Okay. This is quick charge. Sharpness 2 and a sharpness 1 axe. Okay. I can throw those totems of undying into there. I'm going to use the hero of the village that I have right now. This would technically be more efficient right now if I just do this. And there we go. Okay, I'll just toss this out for a second. And I take it back. Okay. There we go. Now with all of those, I don't believe I have any sugar cane over here, but I might. Yeah, random stuff goes in here. This certainly is random. This used to be a mob spawner. I'll take those. And that's all the seeds. I could trade with you. I'm gonna choose to ignore that. 6 and 3. 1 for 1. Okay. I'll come back for that. I'm gonna grab sugarcane really fast. And then I'm just gonna take pretty much my whole inventory. Am I the one who organized this? I don't think I did. This does not strike me as a way I would organize stuff. I did not use any of the regular instant health. Interesting. I need to go a little bit faster. I mean, I have 34 minutes on this, but still a little bit faster would always be nice. And then I can use one of the axes I just put away. To pick up all these pumpkins and sell them. Should be 58. What? Isn't that the number I normally got? Or 48? Oh, I'm missing 2. 3 even. 4. No wonder I didn't get all of the normal number I would normally get. 36 is fine though. I left that bed over there. Drat. Let's go up here. Go fast so that no monsters can spawn first. I made the mistake. Yeah, normally whenever I try to do raids at all, it's for Hero of the Village, which is why I don't use the raid farm that someone set up. Just because I want the Hero of the Village and it makes trades easier. But if I use the automatic one that they have set up, then I don't get Hero of the Village because it automatically finishes. It just gives me the totems and things. Okay. I'm realizing I definitely had sugarcane over here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have a lot of sugarcane. Okay, I'm glad that I did what I just did then. I don't want the ominous banners, so those can just go on the floor and despawn over time. Need the axe. Crossbow, crossbow, there we go. And then steak is my food for now because I have less of that, which means I'll run out of it quicker. Okay. Now we hurry up because there's only 30 minutes left of that. We're gonna go get all of these pumpkins, and then I go talk to Farmer Bob, who sells the pumpkins. And then I also take the auto farm over here, which I don't know how much it's actually been progressing. Not very much. But we'll let that run for a little bit. I have to make sure that I stop it because otherwise it just starts making seeds because it'll run out of just stuff in general. Alright, Bob. I would like all those. I would like all those. All of their first suspicious stew poisons you, so I don't like that. I don't have any more pumpkins. Potatoes and wheat. I don't have potatoes set up other than in my little mini farm. Yeah, this whole setup doesn't actually work as efficiently as I'd like it to. But that's fine. In order to make it more efficient, I would just need to make the farm bigger. And that tends to be the main issue of that. Grab a bunch of potatoes. I don't tend to actually like actively trade with the villagers that I have anymore. Oh, he gave me bread. Thank you. He gave me bread because of Hero of the Village. Alright. Put all the potatoes back. Throw the eggs up there, I don't need them. I'm not gonna worry about beets or the wheat that I could give this guy, I'm just going to trade him all of the melons I have. That's it. Okay. All of these, I now go over here. The normal cost of the books for mending are 12, I think. 12 emeralds in a book. Your fortune book. The other one is mending book then. 7 emeralds. The only reason I don't shift click the mending is because at some point it can turn into any of the other ones if I'm not careful. Turns into bookshelves like that. I should not have used all the emeralds on the bookshelves. I wasn't thinking about that. But I was thinking about the fact that this gives me books again. So now I could keep trading with him if he would reset himself. It's now 2 emeralds per because of all the trades I've just done. But now I can just throw all the mending books here. So now if anyone else wants mending, if anyone else jumps on the server and wants mending, they have almost a double chest worth of mending that they could always get if they wanted it. Now that they're selling the books for only 2 emeralds apiece, I'm going to try and actually get more. So we're gonna quickly farm. Just want the wheat, not the seeds. I'll grab everything else later. And I'll replant as well, but for now I just want the wheat, not the seeds. This is probably the only time I'll do this ever. Only because I want to trade all of this. Gave me a cookie. Cool. I'll eat that cookie. Alright. The other guy's got wheat. The only reason my hunger is low is because of the vein miner thing. That's the consequence of using it. It uses your food. Okay. now he wants more potatoes again. I thought they only reset twice a day, but maybe they reset more because of Hero the Village. I don't know. I don't normally do Hero the Village stuff, so I don't know how that affects them, but I still don't have the bed. I still left it over there. Did you reset yourself now? You're the wrong one. You have not. That's okay. I believe there's actually a bed over in one of these houses. Still slightly upset at whoever blew that up and then did not fix it, but that was forever ago, so I can't exactly complain now. And I haven't fixed it myself either, so I can't say much. Okay. I'll try one more time to see if they have changed their trade yet. Otherwise, I will just kind of call it at that point. They're both down there. You have not. You've got lure and flame and name tags and compasses. Fortune, knockback, loyalty, lanterns. This is a good way to get lanterns, I guess. But not a worthwhile way to get lanterns. Nothing else I have is necessary to be deleted or anything. Excuse me. Started having hiccups. Okay, I should be able to replant this now. Actually, let's check. Did you reset again? You did not. Okay. Alright, this goes there. And then we just start planting. Alrighty. This is just the boring thing that we'll do right now, because I tried to sell a bunch of things and whatnot to all of the others. There are beets down below that I could go and harvest, but I don't think I need to. But that's fine. Alright. Did I skip one? I did. Okay. Well, this is everything for today at this point. We built everything that I intended to today. I just need to build the other half of it, because I did not go all the way with the stone brick. I just skipped one. I saw that. So I just need to go and fix that up in a bit, but that's something I can do just by myself. Otherwise, for the rest of this, it's just kind of waiting on getting more blackstone to be able to build up a little bit, and I need to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with the spruce stairs area that one of the other server members made. I think I am just going to make the mountain like one bigger around it so that it can stay. But I don't fully know how that's going to mess with the actual build itself. So I'll just need to collect the dirt from the other build sites and fix it up that way. But that'll just take time. But that's what the castle walls are going to look like on the outside, and we're going to connect all 8 castles together that way, and it should work out. And it should continue to function. Oh, that little lag spike where the screen was twitching was probably all of the seeds around here despawning. Because now I don't see a ton of seeds on the floor. And they're not in my inventory, so yeah. That's probably what just happened. But that's fine. I've got plenty of seeds over here somewhere. Those are beetroot ones. Okay. I noticed there were a few spots I missed. All of the seeds have been planted in just a second. There we go. Now I just looked down the line. Did I miss any? It does not look like it. They've started growing already, so some of that's a little bit hard to tell. But that's okay. And you haven't reset? No, you have. But now you're at 22? He's a stickler. I can hear the skeletons, and I think they're down below inside the cave system. But they could be up above. It could be nighttime now. No, it's still daytime. How much is this actually produced? That's quite a decent amount of... I don't know what I'm ever using that for. I think I can make bone blocks out of it for if I want more, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the throne room. I'll clear out my inventory a little bit and then we will end it there. The frogs jumping that's the only thing I saw. Kind of concerned me for a second. Just trying to figure out what was happening. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. We have, for the most part, figured out what I'm doing down here. I just need to build the other half of the stone brick side, which won't take long because I already know what I'm doing for that. But otherwise, it should be pretty easy. Do that. Nothing else goes here. I could put a glass bottle in there, but I don't feel like it. Take the stack of arrows so I have more. Put that down there. Alright, I've got ender chests here, so fire resistance potion can go back in there. I don't need all of those in there. Put the hoe back there, put that there. I can put the books back in here, so Totem of Undying also comes out. That's all the diorite for the project, but it doesn't need to be in there. I don't need this blue wool in my inventory, so that can go over here. Actually, let's just put this redstone dust over here. And a glass bottle. Emeralds are over here as well. It's the second one. I no longer have any emerald blocks. That's... Actually, no, I remember why. Because I went around on Christmas giving people emerald blocks. Do I have any storage space for the dirt over here? Nope, because that's coarse dirt. I have so much dirt that I can easily make mountains out of it, but it never feels like I have enough dirt. Because every time I do try to make stuff with the dirt, I still run out. There's a totem in the top right. I may as well just put more in here. Actually, no, what I should do... No, I didn't finish that sentence out loud. So, over here, for each of the knights... I didn't do it up here. I did it back here. Each of the knights have a chest. In which I have an infinity bow and an arrow. I thought about, I'm going to make shields with each of their insignias on them as well. I could do that, but I can also give everyone a Totem of Undying. And then that gives me a reason to keep doing the raids. Yeah, so all of the knights that follow the two queens up here can have a Totem of Undying, as well as the queens themselves. There's nothing stopping them from having totems as well. But eventually all of that purple carpet in the middle is chests for putting enchanted armor. Like, I'm gonna eventually take all of the armor off of these stands and turn it into leather armor so that you can kind of follow the person's like skin. It's like firefighter skin. I gave him more grayish. I don't think that this is actually gray, because I put like 3 different colors together to make it that way. Whereas she's blue, she's yellow, she's green. So those ones were light green, lime green, whatever the color actually is. Those ones were easy to make, but like all of the other ones even myself, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do green and blue, black, and then gray, and then I'll have all of the actual like heads as part of it, so it'd just be inside of the actual inside of the chests is going to be a full set of armor, including the helmet. That's the idea of it, at least. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but that's kind of what I've been getting all the levels for. That's why I have 48 levels. Because I just keep stockpiling levels so that I can like name them or whatever. Haven't started doing that yet, but that's kind of why I've been stockpiling levels. Also just to see how long I can go without dying, because I think one of the statistics is the last time you've died, and I've gone pretty far without dying. Where is it? Oh, raids triggered 5, raids 1, 3. I used the raid farm twice. It didn't work very well. Time since last death was 2.84 days. Yeah. So I've gone almost 3 full real life days without dying. And considering the last time I played, haven't technically played that long, but most of my chests up here on this level are all trapped chests, so I've triggered a lot of them, but that's fine. But that's me rambling, so I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna make it invisible to you guys. But that is the game plan for the future, making all the knights have armor and whatnot to be able to protect the queens. I was gonna say princesses, but they're queens. They already run the castle. But yeah. That's everything from me. Next time, hopefully I can actually already have finished tearing down one of the castles, like flattening the whole thing, or building up the whole thing just off camera, and then we'll actually build the castles again, because it's been a while since I've actually built them. Most often it's just trying to flatten things, so the castle should be done, is my goal. I want the castles to be done by the end of the year, but I don't know if that's feasibly possible. I mean, it is definitely feasibly possible. Because, like, honestly, if I just, like, no-lifed it and spent 24 hours working on Minecraft build, I could probably get it. But I also know that I'm ADHD and would not have the attention span for that. Or I would get way too distracted and start doing way more stuff. Which is kind of why most of the castles are most of the way built or still being excavated, because every time I've gotten bored of one part, I've moved to a different one, and then I've not finished it because I've moved to a different one, and then I've not finished it because I've moved to a different one, and I keep doing that. So yeah, that's kind of why so much of it isn't done. But yeah, that's enough of my rambling. Tomorrow we will do Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath. I was about to say Chasing Shadows again, but Frostborn Wrath, we're gonna go back through a bunch of the levels that we've already beaten, just to try to get more XP out of them, because we just we need to start with more mana or just be a higher level so we can have more skill points. Because we're just not capable of winning the levels that we're stuck at now. Like, I would say if I can get to level 250 or something, then that's probably enough skill points to be able to spend, actually be able to progress the game past where we are. So that's kind of the goal, is to just play through all the levels that we haven't done, or that we've only done but without the extra bonuses that you can put on yourself to give more XP. And that's what we're going to try and do both in journey mode and endurance mode tomorrow. And I will actually make that waiting room right after this because I realized I forgot for this one. But with all of that said, I thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the small amount of building and going on a raid, which I haven't actually done on camera yet. At least I don't think I have. If I did, it was forever ago. Maybe next time if I have a third skull, we could fight a wither or something, but currently no plans for that. But I hope you guys have a good day, a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night, and a good time zone wherever you are, and peace out.